As more patients look to new therapies to help them overcome devastating diseases like cancer and IDB, novel cytokine-based therapies have the potential to provide patients with innovative treatment options.
Most of the diseases that we develop as we get older are actually diseases of the immune system or immune dysregulation. Cancer develops in context of the inability of the immune system to recognize and destroy it. And so as soon as that battle is lost, the tumors grow. Inflammatory disease is really the opposite. It's where the immune system is overactivated. So the challenges with immunotherapy is exactly that, is a balance.
Immunotherapy holds the potential to become more precise, more personalized, and more effective than current treatments for inflammatory diseases and certain types of cancers.
How do you not turn the dial up too high? How do you make sure that it's actually activated within the tumor microenvironment? And the flip side is true for inflammatory disease. How do you shut it down in a specific way and not broadly suppress it in context of the rest of the immune system?
Getting the immune system going, or tamping it down, really depends on cytokines. Cytokines are small proteins that carry messages between cells. These proteins play a critical role in the body's immune response to cancer and inflammatory diseases.
We have been working on how to turn these into therapies for the last 30 years. Cytokines are not designed to be at super high concentration everywhere. That is, in fact, when we have inflammatory problems. If we think about COVID and the folks that have challenges in their lungs and breathing, that's an inflammatory disorder that's dysregulated in the lung that spreads to the entire body. And those are, in fact, cytokines. So then, Diakines are an attempt to fix all of those things that we know can be made better with regard to cytokine therapy.
Because everyone responds differently to each cytokine, Deka Biosciences built a system that determines the best cytokine for each person. Combining the tumor-specific targeting system with cytokines that are most beneficial for the patient's immune system, Diakine therapies can restore effective anti-tumor immunity within each patient's tumor.
At Deka, we're able to get a better understanding of the genetic makeup, the underlying genetic signature that sits within the patient population that makes that patient either a responder or a non-responder to a particular cytokine treatment. What we have done at Deka is combined the understanding of the immune response, the genetic makeup of a particular patient population, and develop the cytokines to treat that particular patient population.
We have full-strength IL-2 that's very potent and has for years cured tumors. And we've added IL-10 to it to both increase its potency and to reduce its toxicity. So these are two cytokines, both of which have been in people, targeted to a particular cell surface protein in cancer. And we have just a suppressive form of IL-10 that we combine with IL-4 that really shuts down the inflammatory response. So as soon as you put those cytokines into the system, in the tissue, the cells that are inappropriately activating in that tissue now have a block that's far upstream of all of those cytokines. So you have kind of a capacity to shut down the complex, multifactorial inflammatory cascade by using, again, the right notes and harmony to kind of bring things back to homeostasis or back to a sense of calm, if you will. So that's how our molecules work. We have molecules for sepsis, for Crohn's disease, for psoriasis, and for rheumatoid arthritis.
While the ability to target two cytokines to the tissues of interest is a game changer, it must be manufactured with consistency and quality in order to meet regulatory expectations.
Cytokines are pretty tough to develop and manufacture, but to enable high titer manufacturing, our platform is suited very well for that. A lot of it has to do with single-use technology. It makes it quicker, and the plants are very flexible manufacturing space and reproducible, unlike old pharma-type plants or old biotech plants that are all stainless steel. And you're kind of stuck with that platform and that scale.
The obvious concern is, while we as scientists and as an industry have made inroads into treating folks with cancer, we're still treating them, we're not curing it. So it's something that unfortunately we all have kind of to some degree in our futures. And I think it behooves us as an industry, as scientists, to bend our wills to make sure that we can make therapies that really address these impacting diseases.
At the end of the day, the maximum benefit, the impact that we hope to bring is to the patients. Give them that hope to spend more time with their families, to enjoy some of the things that we take for granted today. And we are very proud to have the next generation therapy at our fingertips and be able to bring those the therapies to our patients.